What's up there, YouTube? Okay. Today I was going to talk to you guys about my LG phone. Now look at this phone. Look at this thing. Look how cracked. It's actually literally warped because I put this thing in my back pocket. This is my LG V60. And here, let me do a little thumbnail for it. Let me put it on this side. This LG V60 has been an absolutely fantastic phone. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about iPhones, the LG V60, other phones, other Android phones, and this whole perception. There's a lot of stuff that just drives me absolutely bonkers. You see my thing back there, my my light stand. That's my overhead light. I'm not using it today because I don't feel like putting it on. A little light that goes over my head because I'm just talking to you guys about something. So this phone here, I cracked the living crap out of it. It still works and works fine, even though it's warped. It's actually bent because my problem is this is a big phone and I put this thing in my back pocket instead of in my front pocket. So about a year and a half ago or so, I bought this phone like about 2 years ago. And when I got it when it came out 2 years ago, and it's a fantastic phone. I've had no problems with it, even with it all being cracked. I bought a new back for it because I was going to just swap the back on it. But then I realized it's warped and you could probably fix it. It still works. So I was looking to upgrade possibly to the Google Pixel 6. Not the 6 Pro because I didn't really need the extra features of the Pro, and I thought maybe a little bit smaller phone would be a little bit easier to carry. So I was gonna just get the 6 for the price. It's ridiculous. I forget what the 6 is going for, like 600 bucks or something. But anyway, I was gonna get the Google Pixel 6, and I thought, well, let me do a bunch of research and see what I think about this phone. And when it first came out last year, October, November, something last year. It hasn't been out very long. So anyway, back to this. I missed something. So I was gonna get. So it's the Google Pixel 6 has been updated multiple times, and it's finally at a point where it's a decent phone. But I was looking, and I was like, well, really, the biggest problem I have with my phone is that it's bent. And I ordered a dual screen case for my phone back when I got it, and I broke that case. It was me being stupid. I had it in my back pocket. I was at work and a guy hit it with a trash cart thing and cracked the screen on the phone, on the front of the dual screen case, which is almost impossible to crack. Anyway, so I cracked the front of that, so that made that a no-go. But then I bought a new one. I bought one on eBay or something for like 150 bucks for a dual screen case. And the problem was my phone, because it's so warped like this, because this phone is literally a curve, like a smiley face, looks like Amazon, it won't work in the case. When I put it in, it stopped working. And also the port on the bottom got dirty or something, and I can't, like, plugging it in, it works sometimes, like if I plug it in and set the cord on it. You know how that is. You got the cord hanging off the bottom, you set the phone, it charges really fast with the fast charger, but like in 30-45 minutes it's completely charged. But anyway, so I thought, well, I changed to a wireless charging pad, and I've got the wireless charging pad, I've got the charger for the thing, I've got a wireless charging on my motorcycle, I got wireless charging in my car. I don't really need to plug it in. So it would be nice if I had the dual screen case that would work, and I have an extra dual screen case that's like brand new that is going to be worthless if I buy a Pixel 6. So I could turn around and sell the dual screen case because I keep the boxes for everything that I buy, but that's another thing to have to sell and go through all that hassle. So what I did was I bought the same phone. I bought my phone again. So here's my phone. Let me take it out of the dual screen case. So I turned around and I bought the same phone. As you can see, the back is no no cracks in it. It's not curved. It's nice and straight. And I bought this phone off of eBay. It does have a scratch in the screen, like one little skinny scratch, like one or two little scratches in the screen, but it doesn't bother me. I put a screen protector on it anyway, so I don't really matter. I ordered a screen protector and I put a screen protector on it, so it doesn't really matter. But the cool thing is it works in the dual screen case. So now I have my dual screen case again, and all you got to do is you just to put a dual screen case, it's got a little USB port in the bottom, you pop it in, right? Unlock the phone, and then it comes up with a little thing here that says use dual screen case. A little thing comes on the side, use dual screen case, and boom, the second screen comes on, and I have it set to automatically go to YouTube. So it's set to YouTube. So you can set the app that you want to open if you open the dual screen case. So, and you can use 3 fingers to swipe it over and move it to the other screen. So if I launch that, say I have messages open. So if you have, say, messages open, you can have that open on one screen and have YouTube on the other, and if you click a message, it'll open up on the other screen. It's really handy. I love the dual screen case, and you can use it for different things like this. Like you can set it on a table. You can be watching a video and set the phone on a table. It'll sit up just like this, and you can watch a video. You can flip it over, and you can have a friend watching a video on this side while you're doing text on the other side. It's really handy. It's like it's similar to a foldable phone, but it's not. It's just a dual screen case, and when you close it, it's got always on display on the front of the case. See? So it gives me my time, it gives me different stuff on the front, and then if I open it, it automatically opens up to the thing. And if I unlock it, it'll automatically launch YouTube on the other screen. There, YouTube opens on the other screen automatically. As you know, as a content creator, I have YouTube open all the time. The cameras. So this camera records 8K video. It records video underwater. I record with it in the swimming pool the other day. It records fantastic video. It does time lapse. It does, 3D photos. It does all the portrait modes and all the stuff that you want to do with the 3D and the blurring the background and all that stuff. It does all the blurring the background in video. The front facing camera isn't that great. It's like an 8 megapixel or something like that. It's not that great. But the rear facing camera is fantastic. So what I do when I'm taking a picture is I set the timer, I turn the camera around, count down, it flashes, and I take the picture. Most of my pictures I take with the back camera anyway, so because they look better. I wish the front camera was a little bit better, but it's not worth me upgrading the phone for a slightly better front facing camera. There's a guy on YouTube that I follow, a page, F-Stoppers or something like that, and this guy has been talking about getting a MacBook Pro. He's got a MacBook Pro. He was trying it out. He was a PC user, and his whole thing was he's a big time PC user, and he was, he started trying out the MacBook M1, and he liked the speed, but he didn't really care for all the little weird things that Mac does. And so he kept trying it, and after a couple months he kept coming back and saying how he's liking it more and more, and now he finally said he's amazed with the laptop that it's silent. My PC for the most part is silent when it's sitting on the desk. I don't hear the fans barely make any noise, and I can even ramp them all the way down to be almost completely silent unless I'm rendering, and when I render then it goes up, but I'm not using the computer when I'm rendering anyway. I mean, I'm not sitting there recording audio and rendering at the same time anyway, or doing anything that would cause me to be upset that the fans come on the video card. It's really the video card fans come on when you start rendering or gaming. And when I'm gaming, I don't care if the fans are allowed on the video card when I game, because I'm gaming. So I don't really care. But anyway, he said something, a few things that was kind of, I was like, what are you talking about? And what it was it's this perception that people have that all of a sudden most people use iPhones. I don't know where this perception comes from. So he said, you know, if you're an iPhone user, which most of you are, and I thought, what? Why do you think most people on YouTube that are watching your video are watching on iPhones? Let's take a look. Let's see what the percentage of phone users. So I'm on a website called Statista, and it has Android, iOS, Windows Phone, other, right? And it gives you the thing. So in 2022, iPhone was 13.8% of the market. Android was 86.2% of the market. iPhone was 13. It's nothing. Hardly nobody uses it. In America, I guess more people use iPhones than in other countries, but overall, most people are using Android. Most people. Most people don't use iPhones. Most people use Android. Period. You can say what you want to. Most people are on Android. 86%. That's like me saying, well, if you drive a car, I know most of you drive a Tesla. What are you talking about? Most people don't drive Teslas. Most people drive all the other vehicles that are on the road that are using gas. Do I like Teslas? Yes, I think they're fantastic. Do I wish a lot of people drove Teslas? Yes, I do. But the fact remains that most people don't drive Teslas. Most people don't use iPhones. I don't know where this crazy thought comes from that people are all of a sudden just randomly always using iPhones. Everybody talks, when they talk about a phone, hey, get your iPhone out. I'm like, get your iPhone? I don't have an iPhone. They use terms to describe a phone as an iPhone. iPhone is an Apple product. I don't own an iPhone. So when you say get your iPhone out, well, who are you talking to? I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android phone. It's an LG. As a matter of fact, I bought a second one. You know how much that phone cost? $250. I paid $250. For about $350, I could buy a brand new LG V60 Thin Q. It's a fantastic phone. It plays all the latest games. It's got a Snapdragon 865 or whatever the Snapdragon processor. It plays PUBG at friggin' 60 frames per second and all those games. It plays all the games that you play on phones at the high speed. It even has, with the dual screen case, it has joysticks on the second screen, so you can play with joysticks on the second screen. Anyway, so I just thought it was kind of odd that everybody assumes you're an iPhone user if you're using a phone. Well, I don't know why. I guess I'm assuming this is an American thing, that most Americans are on iPhones. I don't know. I don't know what this mentality is that everybody's using iPhones, but my friends, several of my friends have iPhones and they use them, and fine, that's okay. I don't care. I don't care if you use an iPhone, but the majority of people using phones in the world are not using iPhones. iPhones actually have gone down. They're expecting, it was 13% in 2019. In 2022, it was 13.8. In 2023, they're expecting it to be about 12%. So even less people using iPhones in 2023. Here's the thing. He had some issues, and he said what he really liked was he could airdrop. And he said, well, if you're already an iPhone user, you understand that airdropping is like a fantastic thing. If you have a Mac, you can just drag the files over, and airdrop them right directly to your Mac, to your laptop, your MacBook. And he said, there's nothing like that on Windows. And on Windows, like if any other way, you're used to having to email your files and they're too big to email and stuff like that. And I thought, you don't use the Windows companion, the phone companion for Windows? There's a program on Windows called Phone Companion. It's called Phone Link. That's my phone going off because I just launched it. It shows me all my messages on the screen. I can go to calls. I can connect my phone through Bluetooth to my PC and make calls through this microphone over the speakers and stuff, use the phone but through the PC. I can click on photos and it'll show me all the photos and videos that I've made. I can drag the photos onto my PC from my phone and just drag them over. I've got media, audio. I can I can select audio and listen to audio. I can do all the same stuff that you do with AirDrop. You can AirDrop the files over and just drag them right over and put them on your PC. You can copy and paste. So I can go to a message. He said one of the things that he didn't like was when he had his messages, like it was so like sometimes you'll get a message say use this verification code, right? And it gives you a verification code, like it'll send it to your phone. And I'm sitting at my PC, so I'll get a message send to phone to verify your phone. It comes up on the PC on the thing. I can copy it and paste it from the app directly into the website on the PC. So it basically does the same thing that AirDrop and all that type of stuff does. And it works just like AirDrop or something like that. I just thought it was, you know, odd that somebody that used the PC a lot hasn't been using one of the features that's allows them to do all the same stuff that they wanted to do on an iPhone, and bought a MacBook Pro or switched to MacBook Pro to get that feature. So like if my phone was missing a feature, like say I couldn't do those things on my phone, I wouldn't blame the PC for it. I'd blame the phone for it. So his problem wasn't that the iPhone or that his PC was a PC and that he couldn't copy the files over without having his PC be a Mac. His problem was his iPhone. The problem was the iPhone. The iPhone would not make it easy to just copy files from the phone to the PC easily. You had to email them and crazy loopholes you had to jump through to make it work. I can literally plug my phone in. It shows up as a drive. I can copy the files directly over as a drive on any PC. It's a common thing that we've been doing on PCs for years. So there's no real reason to have, you know, to change to a Mac to be able to get this feature that was available already on the PC. I just thought it was odd. So I'm going to show you a video real quick that I shot of my granddaughter in the swimming pool yesterday or the day before. It was just the other day. We went jumping in the pool. So I'm talking to you right now. It's recording video. You ready? And now we're going to go underwater. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And I shot it on the LG V60. And let me tell you guys something. This is a little known secret. You guys want to go out and buy new phones and look at the latest phones, and they want $1,000 for these phones. Don't do it. Go on, if you're looking for a large phone, so a lot of people aren't, they want a smaller phone, but if you want a large phone that's 6.8 inches, that's a huge screen, that has ridiculously long battery life, it has all the features. I've had this phone for 2 years and even broke, it still works. Look at the LG V60. That was like one of the best phones that's ever been made. It's a ridiculously good phone. And the audio on the LG V60, it has a headphone jack. It has a headphone jack right there. And it's not just a headphone jack, it's a quad DAC. So I can plug in, I had to unplug it. So I can plug in these are CB1 headphones. This is another one. You guys need to look these up. These are CB1 headphones. Ooh, what's that? Something on it. It's just dust. Dust that was sitting on the desk. These are CB1 studio headphones, right? These are fantastic headphones. They don't have any writing anywhere on them. I kind of like that, but they have a little headphone jack, right? You plug these in to your phone. I don't use it with this case on it. So here, I'll pop it out. I'll pop it out and show you. So anyway, with the case, it's longer. This headphone, I don't use these headphones on here very often, but because this headphone has a screw terminal on it, because it has a screw-in terminal to screw into a thing, it won't fit in the case. But if you plug it in, you plug it into the phone, and you get Hi-Fi Quad DAC right there. So it actually has enough power to run these big headphones. So if you want better than anybody's audio on any phone, do that and plug it in through the Hi-Fi Quad DAC, and plug your headphones in, and it's ridiculous. It can run these big studio headphones. So if you're into audio, that's the way to go, is the LG V60. LG should not have gotten out of the phone business. They did get out of the phone business, but that was the last big flagship phone that they made, and they really went out. I mean, after making that, I'm surprised they went out of the phone business, because that phone is ridiculously good. 250 bucks, $300, brand new. You buy the phone unlocked for $300, $350, and you don't have a phone payment, and you don't have to worry about all that mess. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Take it easy, YouTube. I'm out. Later.